Welcome to the Healthy Metal Hippie podcast, where art and wellness collide. Well, hi and welcome back to the Healthy Metal Hippie. Today we are talking a bit about overwhelm and vulnerability and art. And first, if you're watching this on YouTube, my hair it's not been colored brown, just so you know. It's in a transition period. Okay. So everything is fine. We've got our special guest Arrow here as usual. So off we go. I have been touching a little bit on some of the health issues that I've been working through over the past few months. Again, I'm sure I'll get to it eventually, but I still don't 100% know what's going on. So that's why I'm like, we'll just talk. I have had tons of blood tests. I have another one coming up. We have had bone scans, specialist appointments, all kind of fun stuff going on. Found out I have shrunk a centimeter. Wasn't really happy about that because I'm already pretty short. And it's just been like an interesting navigation period, which that in itself is also okay, but it's been quite overwhelming. You may or may not be part of one of my Facebook groups, and I have been quiet in there for over a month, I'm sure, just because I've just felt so slammed dealing with all of this. It's been very emotionally exhausting. It's been draining. And I'm okay with it because it's definitely teaching me, again, a bit about how you navigate life and navigate, yourself, your emotions, and that entire process that we take just getting through. And I hope you don't mind even here. I am just sort of thinking out loud as we go along. It's really exciting actually because I'm working on a little secret project where I'm talking about overwhelm as a business owner and again, how we navigate through life and as well as running a business and all those other little obstacles that we face because life doesn't stop just because you're working, you have a business or things like that. And it can be really daunting. So there will be more coming out on that soon, but I'm really excited about this project and I'll let you know when there's more to say. So I really find myself going back to these ideas of how healing art can be. And I went the other day to see Roger Daltrey with my friend at the London Palladium. You've probably seen me post a little bit about it if you follow me on socials, but it was such an amazing experience. And God, I've been a fan of The Who since forever. And I'm sure you've heard me talk about how Tommy was my album. I'll tell you the story quick. We went to see a live production of Tommy, which was incredible. And I remember going home and saying to my mom, like, this was the best music I've ever heard in my entire life. And Mom was like, and she gave me the cassette. And even though the cassette sounded a little bit different than the songs I had heard that day, obviously being a stage production, it wasn't them. I fell in love, and it's still one of my top 5 albums easily to this day. And I've had a lot of these moments over the past couple of weeks where I'm listening to books and I'm listening to music and I'm talking with people about art and the spirit behind it. And it just takes me back to how incredibly healing it is. It's healing in that way of self-expression and allowing yourself be vulnerable in the things that you do. I feel like I've come a really long way over the past few years to get my voice back and to speak out and express myself. But I also still recognize how much I stifle myself in so many things. And so listening to these really inspiring moments, like going to see Roger Daltrey and listening to Keith Richards' book, for example, I'm just doing an audiobook while I walk my fluffy boy, and it takes you back to what matters and what's important in your life. And I'm noticing that taking that time to let yourself sit down and feel those feelings and allow them to be released and to come out. I've noticed for myself that I have not truly had time to take a breath over the last month or so. And I haven't even given myself time to feel, which is worrying to me because I feel like I'm going on autopilot and I haven't had that connection time, right? And if we are not connecting with ourselves, I think we lose the plot entirely. We lose the plot in our personal lives. We lose the plot with our friends and our partners and, in our professional lives if we don't just take that reset. So we end up sitting there and we stifle our own creativity. We stifle the messages and the beautiful moments and ideas that we have to share because we're just all the time, totally bombarded with outdoor information, lists of things to do, projects to work on. And some of them are extremely fulfilling, absolutely. And some of them are, maybe you can let them go. I do a little bit of work outside the house that I have dropped. Actually, today I decided to drop it because I just can't keep up anymore. And I'd rather focus on those other things that are fulfilling on my journey and helping connect with you and helping to heal and, continue to understand the world around me. So when you start to let go of those things that don't serve you, that don't feel good, that your energies could be used in other ways on other things, different projects and things that fulfill you, like I say, that is where the magic starts to happen. And that's where the truth starts to come out. That's where you get to bare your soul and you allow yourself that space to be vulnerable and to get messy and really get down to the nitty gritty of your own creativity. Part of it comes from a fear, right? Of what will people think of me and what will they say if I've put this out, and will people like it, or will I even like it? Or, we live in these fear-based places sometimes when it comes to self-expression. But when we look around and we see that others are allowing themselves to be open and vulnerable and free around us, then it kind of empowers us to do it ourselves. Nobody's, has anything bad to say to that person, if you will. And I think you'll find that it's met with encouragement and it's met with love. And the best part is it helps people remember yet again that you're not alone in feeling the way that you do, having the thoughts that you do, the ideas that you do, self-expression, safe space for yourself and to find your voice within your heart. So I think we can find that when we're vulnerable, it gives us a chance to build a community of people that are like-minded, people that want the same things out of life that we do, that have the same values and ideas and goals. And it's a special place to be. At the end of the day, you won't be able to get to that space of community unless you slow down and allow yourself to explore. Getting these ideas and thoughts and writing or art or songs that you have out onto the page or just out into the world is one of those ways that you can work on healing. One of the ways that you can fight overwhelm is one of the ways that you can find your peace. But I want you to trust yourself enough to allow yourself to find peace within that vulnerability and within that expression, and know that your feelings and your thoughts and ideas are valid, and they mean something to the world, and they mean something to the communities that you're in and the ones that you're building. So are you going to tap into some art today? Release that fear, find your voice, find some extra strength, trust yourself, and know that what you are adding to the world is special and it's important. So I'm sending you lots of love for this beautiful week. I am excited to get more episodes with special guests out and solo episodes, and maybe even making an episode with my son down the line. So sending lots of love again. I hope you have a beautiful week ahead, and we'll see you next week. If you have any questions, just pop me an email at ashley@healthymetalhippie.com. See you later. Bye. Thanks so much for joining us on the Healthy Metal Hippie podcast. For more ways to connect, go to www.healthymetalhippie.com.